Good evening, everyone. We discussed about what is inheritance and why we need to go for inheritance and types of inheritance. What is light agar hai yaar? It is not a movie theater, man. What is inheritance, right? What is inheritance? The process of extending the properties from one class to another class is called as inheritance. The main reason of the inheritance is code reusability. Superclass properties can be inherited by child class. When we create the object for the child class, we can access child class properties as well as parent class properties also. Perfect. How many types of inheritance available? Yep. Single level inheritance available, multi-level inheritance available, multiple inheritance available, and this hierarchical inheritance is also available. What is the meaning of single level? What is the meaning of single level? Class A extending from class A extends class B, or class B extends class A. Class B extends class A. Then it is called single level. Then what is a multi-level inheritance? What is a multi-level inheritance? Class C extends class B. Okay. Class B extends class A. Class A extends object. So that is called as multi-level inheritance. Note, here if our Java class does not have any parent, then object will become default parent. If our class does not have any parent, then object class will become default parent class for our class. Alright. Then what is multiple inheritance? Come on guys. What is a multiple inheritance? If one child having more than one parent, it is called as multiple inheritance. Java supports or Java does not support? Java does not support multiple inheritance. If one child having more than one parent, that is called multiple inheritance. Java does not support to avoid ambiguity. Why it is not supporting? To avoid ambiguity problem, to avoid confusion, Java not supporting for multiple inheritance. Next one. So we are having hierarchical inheritance. What is the hierarchical? So if one parent having multiple childs, then that is called as hierarchical inheritance. Now, for every Java class, Java.lang.object class will act as parent either directly or indirectly. What is the meaning of directly and indirectly? For every Java class, Java.lang.object class will act as a parent either directly or indirectly. What is the meaning of directly or indirectly? If our class does not have any parent, then Java.lang.object will become parent. If our class having a parent, then Java.lang.object will become parent indirectly. Will become parent directly. If our class does not have any parent, then Java.lang.object will become parent directly. If our class having parent, then Java.lang.object will become parent indirectly. So what is the conclusion? Every Java class can access the methods of the object, because object will become parent for your class either directly or indirectly. So your grandfather properties, your father properties, you can access as your child. So your father is a direct parent, grandfather indirect parent. Got my point? Yes. For every Java class, Java.lang.object will act as parent either directly or indirectly. If our class does not have any parent, then Java.lang.object will become parent directly. If our class having parent, then Java.lang.object will become parent indirectly. So that means every Java class can access methods available in Java.lang.object class. There are 11 methods available. How can we check those methods now? By using API. So let us go to JSC API. Let me open package. Which package? Java.lang package. Object. Can you guys read this? Class object is root of the class hierarchy. Every class has object as a super class. All objects, including arrays, implement the methods of this class. Available from which version? JDK 1.0. How many constructors available? That is also 0 param constructor. Coming to the methods, can you see what is this? Clone method. What is this? Equals. What is this? Finalize. What is this? Get class. What is this? Hash code. What is this? Notify all. ToString. What is this? Wait. Now, so there are so many methods available. I mean to say there are 11 methods available in the object class. Can employee class access object class methods? Can student class access object class methods? Because object is the default superclass for every Java class. Either directly or indirectly, object class will become our parent. So as a child object, we can access our properties and we can access our parent properties and grandparent properties also. If our class does not have any parent, then object will become direct parent. If our class having a parent, then it will become indirect parent. Alright. Now, let's understand guys, how the methods are going to execute. When we have parent and child relation, how the methods are going to execute. Now let us see, I'm taking a class with a name called parent. Taking a method with a name called parent. Now here, I'm writing one method void m1. Then I'm writing one more class with a name called child. I'm creating one more class with a name called child. Now here I'm writing void m2. I'm taking class parent. Let me take in the paint. Now, so I'm taking one class called parent class. The class name is parent. Simple. The name of the class is parent. Now here m1 logic. I'm writing m1 logic. Here I'm taking child class. Here I'm taking a class called child class. Okay. This child extends parent. Now here m2 logic is available. That's it. These are two classes. One class I am giving the name as a parent. Another class I am giving the name as a child. Alright. Now I can take one more class called test class. Inside this test class, I can write my main method. Public static void main string arguments. So this is my main method. Now tell me, which object I should create now? I can create any object. Either I can create parent class object or I can create child class object. If I create parent P is equal to new parent, right? Is it valid or invalid? It is 100% valid. I'm able to create the object for the parent class. If I create the object for the parent, what methods I can call? M1 method and M1 method and object class methods. Yes or no? Yes. If I create the object for the parent class, which class methods I can call? For which class you will create the object? That class methods plus its parent class methods. Who is acting as a parent for our parent class? Object. Am I extending from object? That is by default. If you don't extend the properties from the any class, then object class will become your direct parent. Now, I am creating an object for parent. Guys, today's class is very important because once we go for the frameworks or advanced Java, inheritance will play major role. So concept is very easy, but understanding the important. So tomorrow when we go for Spring framework, I will very good clarity about the inheritance, not theoretically, practically. Practically, we should have more clarity on the. Is my voice clear now? Come on. No. Internet is not stable, huh? Yes, right. Is it working? Is it working now? Guys, come on, could you please respond? Yes, perfect. Inside the main method, parent, class name is parent. Now, by M1, is it valid? Yes, it is valid. Can I call P dot M2? No. Why? Invalid. Why it is invalid? Now, observe carefully. Observe carefully. Understand the internals. Now, I am creating parent to parent class object is created. P dot M1. Still voice breaking up. Yeah, I think internet got switched. Guys, is it audible now? It's audible now? It's good? Chalo. Yeah. Alright. I created object for my parent class. P dot M1. Now, understand, whenever we create the object, memory will be allocated. Whenever we call P dot M1, first it will check what is P. First it will check what is P. What is P? P is a reference variable which is holding parent class object. Then immediately our JVM will go to that class. P is a reference variable. P is holding parent class object. And fan on karna hai? हाँ, no problem ना. हाँ, ठीक है, no issue. Switch on that. Right. Yes. P dot M1. P is a reference variable. P P is a reference variable which is holding parent class object. Whenever we call P dot M1, JVM will go to parent class. It will check, hey, do you have M1 method? Whenever we call P dot M1, P is a reference variable which is holding parent class object. Then immediately our JVM will go to parent class and it will check, is there any M1 method available? If M1 method is available, it will execute that method directly. There is no problem now. Directly it is going to execute that. For example, if M1 method not available in the parent class, it will not throw the error immediately. Then it will check, does this class having any other parent? Does this class is extending from any other class? Is it extending from any other class? Yes. No. Directly is it extending from any other class? No. If this class is not extending from any other class directly, then it will go for default parent. What is the default parent? Object. If the method available in the object, it is going to execute it. If the method is not available in the object, then error. Hierarchy, first it will check in the current class. If it is not available, it will check in the parent. If a parent is not available, it will go for object. That is method call hierarchy. Always it will check in the current class. If not available, check in the parent. If not available, go for object. If not available, throw the error. Now, see here, I am calling P dot M1. What will happen when I call P dot M1? What will happen when I call P dot M1? It will check in the parent. Do you have M1 method? Yes, it is going to execute. Now, when I am going to call P dot hash code. P dot hash code. When I execute P dot hash code, first it will check what is P. P is a variable holding parent object. It will go to parent class. It will check, hey parent, do you have hash code method? Is the hash code method available or not available? Not available. Will it throw the error? No. It will check, does this class is having any parent? Directly, is there any parent available? No. If there is no parent, directly go for object. Go and check in the object class. Do you have any method called hash code? Then it is going to execute parent class method. Are you guys getting my point? Next one. Come to P dot M2. What is P? P is a reference variable holding parent class object. It will go to parent class. It will check, is there any M2 method available in the parent? Do we have M2 method in the parent? M2 method not available. Will it throw the error? No. It will check, does this class having any parent? Is there any parent directly? No. Then default parent. What is the default parent? Object. It will check, do we have that M2 method in the object class? Does this object class is having M2 or object does not have M2? Object does not have any M2. Then you will get the error. Getting my point? So whenever you call the method, first it will check in the current class. If available, execute it. If available, execute it. If not available, check for parent. If it is available in the parent, execute it. If not available in the parent, throw the error. So either direct parent or indirect parent. If it is available in the parent, it will execute. If not available, it will throw the error. Getting clear? Right. Now, is it going to check in the child or it is not going to check in the child? It is not going to check in the child. Why? Because parent can access its own properties or iska parent properties only it can access. Parent object cannot access child object, but the child can access parent properties. Are you clear with my point? Yes. Now, I am not going to create parent object because reusability is not there. I am going to create which object now? I am going to create a child object. Child C is equal to new child. I will call C dot M1. I'm calling C dot M1. What is a C? C is a reference variable holding which class object? Child class object. So first it will check in which class for M1? In the child only, because C is a reference variable which is holding child class object. When I call C dot M1, first it will check in the child class. Is that method available? No. Will it throw the error? No. What it will do? JVM is intelligent. अगर इसके पास नहीं है तो इसका parent के पास जाएंगे. Are you able to get it? Yes. First it will check in the current class. If not available, does this class having any parent? Yes. This class is having a parent. Let's go to parent. Let's go to parent. Do you have M1 method in the parent? Yes, it is available. When it is available, will it call directly or it will check in the its parent? Direct, because whatever I need, I have it. Why should I go for your parent? I need some money from you. Simple example, man. Simple example. You have given me money for interest for one person. Suppose अब तो शुभम को मैं 10,000 दिया था. I have given 10,000 to Shubham. 1 month completed. Shubham, मेरे पैसा दे दो. If Shubham gives me, should I talk to Shubham parents? Should I talk to Shubham parent? No. Shubham, suppose Shubham saying that, sir, I will give you next week. 1 week khatam. 2nd week, sir, I will give next week. 2 weeks khatam. 3 weeks khatam. 1 month completed. He is not giving. Then what I will do? Then I will call to Shubham Papa. Why? Sir, your kid has taken 10,000 from me. He is not giving to me. So, if he is giving the money to me, why should I talk to his parents? Are you getting my point? Same concept here also. When I call C dot M1, first it will check in the child. If it is available, directly call it. No need to check the parent. No need to check the parent. When JVM will check the parent, if a child does not have that method, if a child does not have the method, then it will check in the parent. If a parent is having that method, call it. If a parent does not have it, if Shubham parents are not giving to me, इसके चाचा के पास जाना पड़ेगा. Right, yeah. So I need to talk to his parents. Are you getting my point? So now, here I'm calling C dot M1. First it will check in the child class. If it is available, call it. If not available, go for parent. But in this scenario, C dot M1 will be executed from the child only, because C dot M1, child does not have the M1, then it will go to parent. Parent is having M1, call it. Will it check the object? Why it will not check the object? Because parent having the M1. Parent is having the M1, I can directly call it. So is it valid or invalid? Valid. Child does not have, but parent is having. Can I say reusability? Can I say reusability? Yes, that is reusability. Then let's go to C dot M2. Let's go to C dot M2. What is a C? Reference variable holding child class object. Then it will check in the child class. M2 available, not available? Available. Then what will happen? Directly call it. Do I need to check the parent? No, because child is giving me. No need to go for the parent. Done. This is also valid. This is also valid. I will go for C dot toString. What is the method, guys? C dot toString. What is the C? C is a reference variable holding which class object? Child class object. C dot toString. Where it will check first? Child. Does the child having toString? No. Then does the child having any parent directly? Yes. Parent is available. Check in the parent. Do you have toString there? No. Not available. Then super. What is the default? Object. Go and check in the object. Check it. Do we have any toString method in the object? Yes, there is a toString method. So this is valid or invalid? Valid. So here our direct parent method will be called. Here our method will be called. Here object class, our grandparent method will be called. All the three are valid. Now you understand the execution order of the methods. Now you understand execution order of the methods? Perfect. For example, here also I am writing M1. Okay? This is logic. Okay, guys. So, how many methods available in the child class? 2 methods available. What are those two? M1 method and M2 method. Here, in the child class, there are 2 methods available, M1 method and M2 method. M1 method available in M1 is available in the parent also. M1 is available in the child also. Now tell me the execution flow. Are you clear, guys? Okay. Now, I am creating object for which class? Child. Why I am not creating for parent? Why I am not creating object for parent? If I create the object for parent, I can access only parent method and that class parent class methods only. I cannot access child class methods. That's why I am creating object for child class. What is the advantage? Code reusability. That class methods I can call. That class parent class methods I can call. Uska parent methods also I can call. Right. C.M1. Which method will be executed? Child M1 or parent M1, both are having. Yeah, parent matlab hamara superior, right? Which one we should give priority? Will you respect your parents or not? So which one should be called first? Java will not respect the parent. Java हमेशा child को importance देता है. Java always will give the priority for the child, not for the parent. If child does not have it, then Java will talk to parent. If a child having, Java will not go to parent. So Java will give most importance for childs or parents? Java will give most importance to childs only, not for parents. If a child does not have it, then only it will go for parent. Okay. I created object for child. Child C is equal to new child C dot M1. C dot M1. So now, where it will check first? Where it will check first? It is going to check in the child class. C dot M1. First it will check in the child. Does the child having M1? Parent also having M1. Child also having M1. But which one will be called? Child class. If that child class M1 will be called, because always priority for current class object. So this object belongs to parent class or child class? Child class. So priority will be given to current class. Perfect. So here child class M1 will be called first. When I call C dot M1, child class M1 will be called. Then after I am calling C dot M2. First where it will check? It will check in the child only. M2 available in the child or not available in the child? Available in the child. So will it call or it will check for parent? No, already available. So it is going to call only child class object method. Then after we are calling C dot to toString. Where it will check first? It will check in the child. Why? Because C dot to toString. C is a variable which is holding child class object. C is a variable holding child class object. It will check in the child. Do we have toString in the child? No. There is no toString method in the child. When the toString is not available in the child, then it will check, does this child having any parent directly? Yes, there is a direct parent. It will go to immediate parent. Is there any toString? toString is not available, then it will check, does this class having any direct parent? No. Then it will go for object. It will check in the object. Do we have toString method in the object class? Yes. Then it will call object class toString methods. So every Java class can access object class methods. There are 11 methods available in the object class. Every Java class can access them because object is by default to superclass for all the classes in the Java, either directly or indirectly. When it will become direct superclass, when it will become indirect superclass? Come on, man. When our class having a super, then object will become indirect. If our class does not have a super, then object will become indirect super. Are you clear? How methods will be executed in the inheritance? Yes. Can we write a program and see? Yeah. Theoretically, we are good. Now let's understand practically. Okay. Sir, oops are easy or difficult? Easy. Easy and interesting. Boring. Who is that? Easy and interesting. Yes, good. Online people? They are also telling interesting. Good. Confusing. Honest review. After listening to my classes also you are feeling still it is confusing, man. Kya karu? I told you in the demo also, I will make oops easy for you. I'm trying to do it. Yes. Okay. Guys, now let us see here. I'm taking a class called parent. Inside the parent, I'm writing M1. System.out.println parent M1 method. Parent class M1 method called. Okay. Now I'm writing a class called child. Inside the child I am writing M2. System.out.println child class M2 called. Child class M2 called. Parent class M1 called. Child class M2 called. Now create the object. For which class? Child class. Now guys, in the lab today I have seen so many people are writing one class inside another class. One class inside another class. Currently, we don't know how to work with inner classes. First, you complete that class, then only you start the another class. Got it? And I have seen some people are writing one method inside another method. That is invalid. You cannot write one method inside another method. As a beginner, you may do that mistake, but it is illegal. One method we can call from another method, but nested methods are not possible. Nested loops are possible. Inside one loop, you can write another loop, but inside one method, you cannot write another method. It is wrong. Okay. Now, I am not writing nested classes. This is one class. It is started here. It is ended here. It is not a nested class. So this is one class. This is one class. This is one class. In this file, there are 3 classes available. Okay. So inside the test class, I'm writing main method. Child C is equal to new child. Child C is equal to new child. C dot M1 and C dot M2. C dot M1 and C dot M2. Those methods are returning anything or methods are not returning anything? M1 is not returning anything. M2 also not returning anything. Why I am getting error? Is there any parent-child relation? No. These are two normal Java classes. Those are two normal Java classes. There is no relation. When I call c.m1, compiler is checking in this child class m1 method not available, and in the object also m1 is not available. That's why it is failing. Right? क्या कर रहा है? खाना खा रहा है क्या? Listen, concentrate. Now, so here I'm going to write class child extends parent. Class child extend parent. Now tell me c.m1, where it will check? In the child class. Does the child having that? Child does not have it. Then it will call which m1 method? Parent m1. c.m2. c.m2. Child class m2. Okay, run this program. What is the output? What is the output? c.m1, c.m2. What is the output I am going to get now? c.m1, c.m2. What is the output? Parent class m1 will be called. Child class m2 will be called. Run this program. Right click. Run as Java application. Are we able to see that? Parent m1 is called. Child m2 got called. Now, I want to call c.hashcode. Hashcode is our method or object method? Object method. What is the return type of m1? Void. Can I store into any variable? No. If a method returns something, then only we can store into variable. What is the return type of m1? Void. That means it will not return anything. Then I am going for c.m2. What is the purpose of m2? Just printing. Is it returning anything? No. Then c.hashcode. Is it our method or is it object class method? Object class method. Does this object class returning anything? What is the return type? Integer. Can I store that into a variable? Yes. Integer hash code. Integer hash code. Can I print it? System.out.println hash code. What is the hash code? A unique number which is assigned by the JVM for every object. Hash code is the unique number which is assigned by the JVM for every object. Yes, let's run this. Run as Java application. Are we able to get the hash code? Yes, we are able to get the hash code. Okay. Now, I am going to write M2 here. This is parent class M2. I am going to write M1 here. This is child class M1. Okay. Now observe. Parent also having M1. Child is also having M1. Parent is having M2. Child also having M2. Now tell me, if I call M1, which class method will execute? Child class. Why? First it will check only in the child class. Child class M1 will be executed. c.m2. c.m2. Child class M2 only will execute. c.hashcode. Object class. First it will check in our child. Then it will check in our parent. Then it will check in object. Hash code is available in the object class. It will execute. Run this. Run as Java application. M1, M2 executed from child class. Hash code is executed from object class. Then let me do one thing. I am going to write int hash code. Int hash code return 101. Sorry. I'm writing public int hash code. Okay. Now c dot m1, which class method will be called? It is going to call the child class method. C dot m2, m1 is available in the child class. M2 also available in the child class. M2 also available in the child class. Hash code. C dot hash code. What it will do now? Check in the child class. Do we have hash code method? Yes. Will it call that or it will go for parent? It will call the child only. So M1 will execute from child class. M2 also will execute from child class. Hash code also will execute from child class. Run this program. Yes, 101 is the output. If I don't write this method here, then it will call object class method. Object class method is returning this number. My method is returning 101. My method is returning 101. Are you clear? Good. So with this, you got the clarity how methods will be executed when we go for inheritance. Any questions, anybody? Yes, yes. Guys, did you get the clarity now? Yes. So whenever we go for inheritance, we are going to create the child class object. When we create the child class object, first it will check the method in the child class. If the child class contains the method, directly it is going to call the child class method. In the child class, if the method is not available, then it will check in the child parent, direct parent. If direct parent not available, then it will go for indirect parent, that is called object. Okay. But my requirement is M2 method, I don't want to execute from my child. Even though my child is having M2, I want to call parent M2. I am going to call the parent M2. When I want to call the parent M2, instead of c dot M2, I will call super dot M2. It will not work out here. Why? Because test class does not have any super class. Test class does not have any super class. In this M2, what I will call super dot M2. What is the meaning of super dot M2? What is the super keyword? Super is used to refer parent class properties. So super keyword we can access only in the child. Now in this test class, can I call parent M2? No, because test is a normal Java class. Test is not having any parent. If I go for child is having a parent. I am calling M2. Inside the child M2, what I am writing? Super dot M2. What is the meaning of super dot M2? Accessing its parent. Accessing its parent. Okay. Then do this. Run this. Why parent class M2 method called? Child class M2 method having super dot M2. Super keyword is used to refer parent class properties. Super keyword is used to refer parent class properties. Are you clear? Good. So with this we understood how method call will happen. Bolo bhai. Yes, because c dot M2 first child method will be called. Inside the child we are calling parent method. So child will execute. Child is making the call for parent, then parent also will execute. For which, yeah, from here you can't do that because it is a separate class. Yes, super keyword you have to use only in the child classes. Only in the child class. Right. What you want to avoid? you don't want to call, whenever you call c dot m2, you don't want to call the child class method. Here you can't do super. Why? Suppose if you want to do the super, I have to remove the, here I have to keep the main method in the child. If I keep main method in the child, then I can do super dot m2 from there. Then again, this is a static method. Super is a instance. That is an instance method, right? That instance method cannot be accessed directly from here. We'll talk about. We'll come to super keyword. Then we will talk about how to use that super keyword. Yeah. So currently we are using child class methods we are calling. In future, when I explain super keyword, I will tell you how to access them. Good. Fine. Methods execution order. Are you able to understand? Yes. Can we change parent class instance variable from child class? Yeah, typecasting, yes, we'll come to that. Here, parent class reference variable can hold child class object, that is typecasting concept, we'll talk about it. Yeah, look at the program. All right, fine guys. Now class parent having void m1, having void m2. M1 method is available and m2 method is available in the parent class. And here we are having child class. Child class extending the properties from the parent. Child class having hash code method, having m1 method, having m2 method. Now I am creating the object for the child. Child c is equal to new child c dot m1, c dot m2, c dot hash code. What is the meaning of that? C dot m1. First it will check in the child class. In the child class it is going to call the m1 method. It will not check in the parent. Then we will go for c dot m2. C dot m2 also available in the child. C dot hash code. What is C dot hash code? First it will check in the child. Child does not have that hash code. Then it will go for parent. Parent also does not have the hash code. Then it will going to check the object. Does the object having a hash code? Yes. Object class is having the hash code and it is going to return the int value. That int value we are going to print. That is a unique number which is assigned by the JVM for every object. Are you clear? Good. So when we call the method by using a object, when we call a method using object, first it will check in current class. First it will check in current class for that method. If available, it will call that method directly. Call that method directly. If a method not available in current class, then it will check in parent. It will check in the parent. Maybe direct parent or indirect parent. It can be direct or indirect parent. If parent having that method, having that method, if a parent having that method, if a parent having that method, then it will call parent class method. If a parent class also does not have the method, if a parent class also does not have method, then it will throw exception. Then it will throw exception. That method should be available either in the child class or it should be available in the parent. If it is not available in the child, if it is not available in the parent, then it is going to throw exception. For example, I am going to call c.hello. I am going to call a method called c.hello. So first it is going to check this available in the child class. Is that a hello method available in the child class? No, not available in the child class. If it is not available in the child class, then what it will do? It will check in the parent. Is that method available in the parent? That method is not available in the parent. It is not available in the parent. So if it is not available in the child, if it is not available in the parent, we'll check in the object. Do we have that method in the object? That method is not there in the object also. If it is not there in the object also, then it is saying the exception. What is that exception? The method hello is undefined for the type child class, boss. In the child class, hello is not available. In the parent class, hello is not available. In the object class also, hello is not available. That's why we cannot call the hello method. We cannot call the hello method. Are you guys getting that? Good. Yes. So with this, we understood what is inheritance and how the methods execution will be there in the inheritance. Methods execution flow. Methods execution flow in inheritance. With respect to inheritance. So one thing that you need to remember, always priority will be given to child class method. If a child class does not have the method, then it will give the priority for the parent class method. If a child having that method, it will call only child class method. In inheritance, always priority will be given for child class object, child or subclass. Either child class or subclass object. In inheritance, always priority will be given for child class or subclass object. It will be given for child class or subclass object. If a child class does not have, if a child class does not have that method, doesn't contain that method, then priority will be given to parent class method. If a child class does not contain that method, then priority will be given to parent class method. If a parent also does not have the method, exception. Either method should be there in the child or in the parent. Then only we can call. If that method not available in the parent, not available in the child, then it will go for exception. If it is not there in the object, either it should be there in the child or direct parent or indirect parent. If it is not available anywhere, then it is an exception. We cannot call that method. We cannot call that method. Perfect. Methods execution flow. Can you please read it? Completed, guys. Yes. Next one. Yes.